Hello everybody and welcome back to me being terrible at Hearts of Iron 4, where I now realize that the reason we only have 10 divisions assigned to these naval invasions is of course because we don't have good transport tech. So we will go after that, and yeah, we need to get landing craft and ideally advanced landing craft, but landing craft at least to start with. So we will hold off on this until we have that for sure. It'll be about 30 days until we have homing torpedoes done. I feel like our submarines are currently being exceptionally powerful in this region. Yeah, we're losing 1936 submarine hulls, but it's only 1936 submarine hulls that we're losing. And we're not making those. We're making 1944 submarine hulls. So that, I think, will be fine. We do need probably to continue to... Well, we really don't need to continue to prospect for resources. We're kind of doing fine on the resources front now. Oh no, they sunk a 1940 submarine hull. That's still out of date. We still don't care. It's if they sunk a 1944 submarine hull that we start getting a little bit upset. We should probably put an admiral in here. There we go. That guy can help out, I'm sure. Okay, yeah, this was what we were already looking at. Two 1936 and a 1940 sub-hull. Here, we are... they got out with their screens, it looks like. Oh, those are actually just cruisers. We're having, I think, a difficult time catching them. Yeah, perhaps. Okay, well, we're just waiting at this point on this tech slot coming open. So that should be reasonably fine. Of course, we're also working on producing additional submarines, and we are not really working very hard on recruiting anything else, but we are working very, very hard on making additional dockyards. And those will be finishing up fairly soon, and then we'll be working again on infrastructure. And beyond that, military factories. Now, I did want to check in on how we were doing on Infantry Equipment 3 in terms of how much we need to upgrade. I really wish it just told us. Like, if you moused over this, it gave all of the things that it could be. That'd be really, really nice. It looks like we do need to increase our light tank production a little bit. That's fine. We're doing fine on towed anti-tank. We can probably cut that back. There we go. Yeah, we have free military factories. That was expected. Let's just bump that up to, say, there. That'll do fine. We are currently... Oh, we don't need fighters. There's a lot in our reserves. Fine. That looks good. Well, good adjacent, anyway. Hey, we sunk another battleship. That's always good to see. Have we managed to damage these guys? Not really. Not really at all. Okay. Well, that's okay. We're not too concerned. Not too concerned at all. It's currently 4 days until homing torpedoes are done. There's our fighter focus coming in. Excellent. Let's grab Aviation Effort 3, or rather Effort 2. Excellent. Of course, as of right now, we don't need to worry about Ming, although we would have to worry about Ming. Look at that manpower reserve available. There's our homing torpedo done. That's great. Honestly, I think we don't need anything else really for submarines, other than maybe like mine warfare. But I think that's completely fine. Cruisers and heavy ships. Yeah, we can maybe look at some of these armaments, but I don't think any of these affect submarines. No, they really, really don't. So I think we're pretty much maxed out on submarines for right now. That's cruiser upgrades. Yeah, this is not anything for subs. So we definitely want to grab landing craft. That will up our naval capacity by plus 40. Now, I don't know if that'll bring it to 40 or if that will increase it by 40, but either way, that will be a substantial upgrade. So that's fantastic. Of course, that is quite a ways out. In the meantime, we are currently preparing our naval invasion, which is actually, I believe, already prepared. Technically, no, it would appear. Okay, well, that's fine. Enemy has air superiority over here. That is expected to occasionally happen. Or more than occasionally. That is expected to happen. If we look at this, we can see that they've got 4 cruisers and they've got some destroyers. Those destroyers are what is dangerous to our sub, of course. That's a 1936 sub. We don't care about that sinking. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I hope they have fun with that. Because that's just getting rid of those subs. We do not need them anymore. So that will be completely fine. 115 days on those landing craft, and we'll have Marines 3 by then, which will be very convenient for us. So that is great. Now, I don't expect that we'll have an easy time landing over here. I don't expect that in the slightest, but getting this landing craft will definitely help. Landing with 10 troops just isn't very threatening. Whoa, we actually won a naval battle over here? Yeah, we sunk a Brazilian convoy. Okay. Look at that, our planes are actually doing something. That's great. We're just kind of cutting the Atlantic in half here, which is probably very annoying for Brazil, now that I think about it. I'm a little surprised they haven't tried a naval invasion like up here, though. I'm vaguely surprised about that. We haven't set up any defense whatsoever against it. We also haven't needed a defense against it. So that's a thing. Yeah, we're making good progress on filling this out. We are at 58% naval supremacy here right now. We did have 3 subs sunk. They're all older subs. And we have an ongoing combat here where they sunk another 1936 sub. But that's fine, honestly. Like, we're producing so many 1944 subs right now that it doesn't matter. They can sink all the 1936 subs that they want. And all the 1940 subs, because the 1944 subs are the only ones that really matter. Okay, so yeah, we're trying to finish these guys off, but we're not succeeding. We did a little bit of damage, I suppose. So that's fine. At this point, though, we're mostly just waiting for this landing craft to come in. That's something that we definitely should have had earlier. There's no doubt about that, but I forgot that this was a thing. It's been so long since I've played this game, and I've never seriously played it. So, that's definitely a thing. I wouldn't consider this seriously playing it either. This is more refamiliarizing myself with it, because honestly, we're in such a strong position, I shouldn't be having any difficulties whatsoever at this point, realistically speaking. But I just have forgotten how all of these mechanics work. That's not hugely surprising, considering I haven't really played it very much. Get rid of that result. They sunk 2 of our submarines. It's fine. We don't care. How are we doing on our decryption over here? Poorly is the answer. We should probably work on getting some upgrades. And so we shall. It's kind of odd that it doesn't tell you, hey, you don't have an upgrade going on. It's kind of strange. These guys are counter-intelling? Yeah, that's fine. Considering that we currently have resistance to occupation. We lost 3 submarines over here. They're all 1936 hulls. It's fine. Literally irrelevant. There are naval combats going on all over the place. Again, that's completely fine. I think I'm actually interested in putting some planes in over here. Specifically, in putting in tactical bombers. We can have 1,200 planes here. So let's just max out that wing. And then let's put in a wing of fighter ones. We'll have to upgrade those later on, I'm sure. But let's put this in at 200. And I want those to be essentially... What I really want them to be doing is defending our bombers. But I guess we'll do something like this, and then we will do naval strike. Attack enemy ships. And look at this. We have some very powerful air bases over here. We'll put in another group of bombers, as well as another wing of fighters. We're going to do the same thing here. 200 of these, 1,000 of these. And I want the fighters to be air superioritying over here, and I want these guys to be naval striking. I don't want anything to get past Africa. That's the idea here. Do we want to do one more airbase? I think we should. We're going to put in more tactical bombers. And we're also going to put in more fighters. And we're going to bump that up to 200. And then this one will have to be 800 for this airbase. That's okay. And we will, of course, have the tactical bombers set to naval striking. And we will have the fighter wing set up for air superiority. Okay. We could even potentially bring in guys from this airbase. And you know what? That would be hilarious. Let's do it. We're going to get more bombers in here, and we obviously don't have enough bombers for all of this. But we're going to have them come down here on naval strike, and we're going to have this be just pure bombers. 1,000 here, plus another 1,000 here. And also on naval strike. I want nothing to get through here, but purely doing it with aircraft. Excellent. Now we don't have any scout planes. We should maybe have some of these assigned to reconning, but I think we need specific scout planes for that to happen. Let's see, can we get scout planes? No, we don't have the tech. Fair enough. Regardless, this is going to be hilarious for anyone trying to get through here. And by hilarious, I mean annoying. Really annoying to try to get through that. Excellent. But that will essentially cut the east off from the west unless they want to go around this way. Which they may want to do, but they may not. It's just going to be very annoying for them. We have more free dockyards. Okay. Well, I guess we'll continue adding in submarine lines. That's a lot of submarine lines, to be sure. We still have additional dockyards being built, but we're getting very close to the end there. So that's good. Our naval supremacy here is at 60% right now. So that's also fine. These landing craft will eventually finish up, and we'll put Fighter 2s into service soon enough. I'm wondering if our air bases will auto-upgrade to Fighter 2s. I guess we'll keep an eye on that. It would be this airbase here. Majority type Fighter 1. Okay. I think it'll work to just auto-switch them. We'll find out in one day. Here's our passive defense coming in. Yep, we have outdated equipment in production. That is expected, of course. So we will start producing Fighter 2s. And we probably want to crank up our production of those if we can at all help it. That looks good. Aviation effort just finished up. That is great. We could grab bomber focus, but we didn't previously. Motorization and aviation effort, blah, 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 close air support models. Okay, that's fine. I guess we could grab Home of the Revolution. That'll do. Now, as far as this goes, I would absolutely love to grab scout planes. There we go. Okay, so how are we doing on our naval superiority over here? 64% right now. And that's all completely fine. I mean, we are taking some hits here, but this... Oh, that's a 1944 submarine hull. We care about that a little. Did we do damage to them at least? No. Okay, fair enough. The Provisional Government of France, huh? After a long and concerted effort to improve cooperation and compliance between our occupation forces and local civilian authorities, we're now ready to put control of France back into the hands of a local government. This new government is made up of sympathetic civilians and is ready to closely coordinate with us. They're not ready. France can't be their own thing. France is France, and France is our France. That is the official policy. Well, they managed to sink a couple of subs here. These are one 1944 and one 1936. Okay, fair enough. That is completely fine. So we are very, very close to wrapping up our naval production. And we're probably going to need... Yeah, we're definitely going to need at least 3 more submarine production lines. So let's get going on that. Marines 3 just finished up. That is very useful for our current plans. I think we'll go ahead and grab support weapons 4. That's not very far away after all. Unread naval battle over here. 2 1936 subs. Irrelevant. That is completely fine. I'm not concerned. So I'd very much like to initiate these naval invasions, but only being able to send 10 units, that's not much. Provisional Government of Russia? No, get out of here. You're Ethiopia. Why would you want to be Russia? Everyone wants to be Ethiopia. Come on. Very rude. We're currently lacking in some steel. Okay. That is something that we can do something about. We'll expand some iron mines. Wonderful. Now, how are we doing on our... Did we get Extraction 5? Let's check here. No, we did not. We've not gotten Construction 5. We should probably go for Construction 5 quite soon. If we get a chance. I want to work on the next version of Landing Craft. Oh, hello. What is this? 150 planes versus some damaged submarines. Okay. That's not good. We got bombed by planes. It's not ideal. I mean, neither is fighting a naval war with nothing but submarines, but yet here we are. It's slightly absurd. Okay, we lost 6 subs there. Yeah, they had 19 destroyers. Fair enough. Hard counter. That's okay, though. We are just cranking out the submarines. And we're quite ahead of time on them. So, we should be fine. Now, what's going on over here? Oh, look at that. We actually sunk a battleship with our ridiculous number of tactical bombers over here at the Cape of Africa. I like it. That's going very, very well. It's a 1936 submarine. Mediocre. I don't really care. Yeah, we're short on steel. That is definitely a thing. We don't really have any other iron ore mines that we can expand for now. So that is fine. Oh no, not a 1936 sub. Whatever will we do? How are we coming on those landing craft? 21 days. The question is, are we going to be prepared to invade with naval invasion cap of plus 40? Maybe we can pull that off? Maybe. Actually, I suspect we can. Hopefully, anyway. So, this is the general concept, is we'd land on these beaches like this, and then we'd probably want to push, like, to these rivers. Although this airbase being on this side of the river is slightly awkward for us. So there is definitely that. More than slightly awkward, actually. That airbase is pretty awkward. That said, if we can get access to this airbase, and this one, we should be able to overwhelm this airbase. Their airbase numbers are actually quite limited. Noted. How goes this battle up here? Not well, but that's okay. We lost a 1936 sub. Irrelevant. These guys can hop into this army. That's great. Yeah, that's that 1936 sub. I really don't care about that guy. The 1936 sub is irrelevant. We still have a number of those subs. Okay. Well, they're booking it out of there. I hope they enjoy that. That's going to continue happening. We're not getting all of them. We're actually only at 50.9% naval capacity. Or naval supremacy, rather. I'm not sure I like that. Okay, we did just manage to catch these guys. So that's a thing. There's our landing craft finishing up, rather. That's great. We're going to grab advanced landing craft. That's a ways away. So the question is, do we have to reset this up? I believe we might. Okay, let's get rid of these for now. Okay, and then we want to naval invasion. Let's see, this guy is here. So we want a naval invasion from here directly into here is ideal. And take that naval base so that we can move the rest in if we have to. We don't have to naval invasion anything else. But we are going to, because we can. So we're going to naval invasion these guys from here over to this airbase. Now that puts us at 48, and we can't actually naval invade anything else. So that's fine. 84 days on the preparation. We will allow them to prepare. We got bombed again, so that's a thing. We definitely could use more airplanes in this region. Actually, this Liberian airbase has access to 1,200 airplanes. We should probably consider putting roughly 1 trillion fighters into here. Specifically, 1,000 plus an additional... I guess we can use interwar fighters for this second wing. Plus an additional... This will need to be, what, 200? There we go. Excellent. And we want them to be air superiority out over here. They can just reach. So that will help us. I hope. This division here can get assigned to the African Defense Army. That will be absolutely fine. How's our naval supremacy here looking? Okay, 54%. 54%. So at this point, all we're doing... We should probably move these guys into a new theater, shouldn't we? And we'll call this one the American Theater. Okay, they're now no longer part of the Asian Theater. That doesn't really make sense to have them be part of the Asian Theater. So we'll move them over here, and they will continue preparing. Although I'm noticing that it's now here rather than here. Okay, I guess maybe that was another bug? I don't know. But it's also not telling us how far along the plan is, unless it's in the expanded tooltip. No. No, it is not. Okay, well, we can definitely run staff office plans. We don't have enough command power to run another one. That's sad. Okay. Actually, we can stop this. But, no. There's no real point. I think we have to use this then. Okay. Home of the Revolution just finished up. And we're going to influence Netherlands, since they still, you know, exist. Unlike Francia. This division here can go into the African Defense Division. That will be fine. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to launch this naval invasion that is hopefully going to be slightly more effective. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.